Now, this is all the mould pieces. Right, at the start, the thing that gives us the shape mostly is this part here, and I have a pin that enables me to move to whatever size pouch that we're doing. Also, as you'd see, there's with different knives, I'll just open that up again. Right. There's a fair bit of difference in the heights between these two here. I'll just get the camera down low so you can see that more clearly. Right, so those sort of things you need to take into account. So what I did is I designed the base part of this part of the mould so that I can put in a filler to whatever the height is that I need. In this case it's a 2mm jump. So in the one that I'm going to be doing here now, showing how I go about cutting everything out, I'll use this 2mm filler in this case. Right, so I'll push it down in there firmly, put this into place, and if I was doing the smaller mould, in that case I'd be using the lowest cut height, and the nail, which is cut to the size, would go down to the bottom. In this case though, I'm going to make one for the, I'll be getting a few of these and making quite a few pouches of that one. So that's the one we're going to work on today. So in that case I'll be needing the nail up here, and that's why I also, being thicker, need that extra build-up part in there. Right, so now to cut it out. So the very first part is come across the top here, and that gives us a nice straight line. In this case, on this top line is what I would need to do that size part of the case that I want. So I line that up over the line, hold it down, and a bit of luck I'll get through there without having to do too many cuts. Okay, there we go. We've still got one little bit catching there somewhere. Right, now something we don't want to forget to do at this stage here is to put a bit of a mark there into the leather as to where we need a hole punch. As you see here, that's the leather piece cut out, which is what we're going to put in the water at the moment to get it wet for moulding. Now I didn't get much of a mark there, so I'll just re-tap that nail. That's it. Now I've got a bit of a mark I can see. In this case here, I'm using the snaps that I've used before, like that, and that'll be a 4mm size hole. So line that up there, and there we've got our hole. So from that part, I'll just show you, throw it in the bucket of water. So that'll be soaking away whilst we cut out the next part. This is the next part. This is an optional part. You can do whatever shape you want to do with it. In this case here, you can also buy this part as a separate part if you want. Now in that case, and we've got a bit of leather here. Are we getting that on the film alright? Yep. Okay. So I will put that there, and we'll cut around the outside of that piece there. Right. Are you getting that? I hope so. Use that bucket just in case. second cut just to be sure we got it all. Yep. Okay. Come around. Okay. Cut it out, and this time I'll just pinpoint where the hole's got to go in that while I've got everything there. Right, that's also going to be a 4mm hole, so we'll get that knocked out. So that first part now has been in the water for a little bit. I'll just take it out, have a look, make sure it's nice and flexible. Still bubbling a little bit, but I think that'll be alright. So just get that nail back out a bit. Right, hopefully we're able to see this clear enough. Yeah. Okay, we put this, the nail part there, put that there. In this case we've got the negative part of the mould. Right, push it down over the leather and squeeze it together pretty well by hand. As you see, we're not all the way closed here, so we'll take it out and put it in the press. This is what I like to use for the job, a cowboy. A press that you can use for cutting out knives, cut holes and all the rest of it with your knives. You can use lead sets on it for putting stamping, and in this case all we should need to do is bring it down. You see a bit of water squeeze out there maybe, and that's about it. And that can stay in there for as long as you like. I normally leave it for half an hour or so, but we should be able to lift it straight up and see a little bit of an idea of where we're up to. So basically that's done. As you see, a nice bit of the casting, looks alright. So we'll come back to this in a few hours and we'll follow up. Okay, I think it should be right to come out now. So we'll just lift the press head up. That's another thing I like about this press, you just move it out the way like that. And here we go. So we'll take it inside, and as you see there, we've got a little trimming to do, and that's the next step. Okay, so let's go and have a look at that part. Right, this part's the part you put over the top for trimming. Note there's a smooth side to these things, which is generally the side I prefer to put down on the leather. I'll just set this up in the stand because I think it'll work better to show you me trimming it. Once again, sharp knife, and it should be as simple as just coming around like that. Hope I'm getting that on the camera all right. Now, you can also do this just by scribing it and cutting it out with whatever shears or you prefer to use. A little bit firmer there than I expected. Okay, so that shows basically there's very little waste in it. That's the trimmed up part there now, if I can show that, and that should just come off there. In this case we've taken, that case I've got the moulding all with it. And now we're at the stage where we're able to put that down onto the, that gets glued to there, and we have a case. Before we do that though, it's best to put the snaps in. Put the snaps in before we get that far. Okay. And we'll just go back over that. So once again, just to get a clearer picture of what's happening there, I've taken it off. That's your trimming mould there. I've cut around the outside. That's the wastage that's come off. And from there, we now have the part that's going to be glued and attached to there, and that will give us exactly what we need for fitting the knife. And as I said before, that's the one that we're making up in this case here. It's one that's all dried out and glued together. Right. So we'll just finish off with that. This shows the 3 different pouches, as I said before. Let's see if I can zero back out a bit better. Okay. This is the larger one, next size down, and smaller one. So I've just done 3 sizes, even though we could do different sizes further than that. The small one will take either of the 3 small ones there, and thanks very much to Kyle for letting me have those 3 knives to be able to do the patterning in order to come up with the whole mould. Very helpful. I think that's about it for now. Anybody interested in having a mould, if you think it would be useful for the work that you do, contact me and we should be able to arrange something. Okay, thank you.